Hello, students. Today is October 31st, and so happy Halloween to you, or if you celebrate Day of the Dead or just a lovely fall day, then I hope this is a wonderful October 31st to you. Of course, we need to touch base because we have some assignment due dates coming tomorrow, right? November the 1st, your homework is due in Connect. Very, very important to spend time on that because, as you know, this will directly help you prepare for exam number 3. So with those well wishes intact, let me jump over to pause, and as you see, here are your due dates coming up. You know that you have your Connect assignments due, and you see here exam number 3. Now, as usual, in the content area of pause, I have just today updated, let me close some of this stuff, updated the instructions, and so you will find the instructions here, exam number 3 instructions, and they have been updated. Of course, you can click that link. I know this is probably familiar terrain, but since it contains the exam password, I want to make sure that you know what to do. Of course, I highly recommend you save that to the desktop. Now, there's no real changes in these assignment instructions. I've already saved it to my desktop. Let me pull that up. Other than the test becomes available to you Friday, November the 2nd. It closes sharply Sunday, November the 4th, right? Plan to be done well in advance. Well in advance. As usual, you have your one attempt. The time limit is once again 100 minutes, so be prepared to work through these problems very methodically. If you have your calculator at the ready, if you have your Excel spreadsheet set up so that you're ready to just really plug and chug very accurately. Sometimes people set up the formulas in advance to make sure that you don't have any errors. The test is, as usual, 10 questions, 5 points each. This test will cover chapters 7 and 8. I will tell you one new thing that I have enabled on this test. Because we're working in Chapter 7 with probability distributions of an observation, and then in Chapter 8 the formula is very, very similar, except we're working with probability distributions of a sample mean. And as you know from your studies on these chapters, there's a slight difference in the formula, right? Chapter 7, the formula for an observation x to calculate the z-score, x minus mu divided by sigma. Chapter 8, you saw a difference, x minus mu sub x, right? The mean of the means divided by the standard deviation of the means. And that, of course, means sigma divided by the square root of n. So to help you sort these out, to make sure you know that you're choosing the correct formula, very important, I do tell you on each problem that this problem comes from Chapter 7 or that this problem comes from Chapter 8. You'll see that at the bottom of the screen typically where it says reference, and it'll say something like reference objective 8-1 or 7-2, and that will indicate the chapter. Okay, so just a little hint to help you be successful. The exam password is uniform because if you remember, we started Chapter 7 with uniform distributions, and of course that's that rectangle shape, right? So again, the detailed grading is delayed just to give everyone time to complete the exam and to give you time to kind of think. Of course, it doesn't mean you can't begin working on Chapter 9, and I would really encourage you to do that. I am a little bit concerned because, as you see, the due dates, are out here. You have the unlimited attempts on the homework. You have 2 parts to each one. I break it down like that to make it easier for you to get those top scores. And look at these red bars. Chapter 7, 5 of you, but the percentage is not very hard. Now, this was Chapter 6, and we saw that that impacted the performance on the exam. Exam 2, right? So we know that doing the homework is very directly tied to your success on the exam. So only 2 people have even started Chapter 8, and that's the sign that you really have to get busy. Not going to beat you up any more about that, but I will remind you to ask questions if you experience difficulty, and you can copy and paste the question into an email to me.